And what is up, everyone? I think it's about that time we go over what could possibly be coming to set 14, because it looks like we were supposed to get Angel Feathers in set 13, but that changed. So maybe they got pushed to 14, and we're supposed to get Reverse Ashley in set 14 as well. So we'll be going over other cards that are supposed to be coming soon. Possibly this Friday we'll have our final answer. But let's go over the cards we are expecting to be shown. So with Angel Feathers getting more cards, a new Forerunner is born for Celestials. You counterblast one, put this unit into your soul. At the beginning of your ride phase, if you have an Angel Feather Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, put the top card of your deck into your damage zone, and at the end of that turn, choose a card from your damage zone, return to the deck. Okay, so the whole point about this card is it's almost like a free trigger reshuffle. You put your heal trigger back in the deck. Okay, Puncture Celestial, you might have some use in the Zero format. But returning a trigger is always nice. Not gonna lie. Nursing Celestial, not really. Choose one card with Celestial in its card name from your hand and put it into your damage zone. When this unit is placed, if you have an Angel Feather Vanguard, you may pay the cost if you do choose one card from your damage zone and put it into your hand. Wait, what the fudge? This is a Nacio? Hold up. Choose one card with Celestial in its card name from your hand. And, oh, but it's only for Celestials. It's not a Nacio completely, but it's very Celestial limited. And when this unit is placed on, if you have a Vanguard, Angel Feather Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one card from your damage zone and put it into your hand. Of course. So they made a Celestial Naciel so you don't have to run Naciels in your build anymore, because now they made a Celestial version. But still, the other cards are still better, so I don't see us running this at all. Next. Anesthesia Celestial Ramul. What it does is during your turn, this unit gets plus 11 for each card name Operation Celestial Armin face up in your damage zone. I'm guessing that might be the G3. There might be another damage Celestial unit we're going to worry about. All right, Emergency Celestial Daniela. So damage zone, counterblast 1, and another card with just counterblast 1. When another card is put into your damage zone, if you have an Angel Feather Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, call this card and put the card from your deck into your damage zone. So pretty much you put this card out, and a card from the top of your deck goes to the damage zone. So I like this because this is almost like a guaranteed effect that goes off when you Nacio, or you do that Celestial effect, apparently, if you're running full Celestials. But this card actually is not that bad, especially if it's in damage zone. You get a call for free by putting a different card in the damage zone, giving you another target you can get. So that's good. I could see Daniela use in Zero's format. Surgical Celestial Batriel. During your turn, this unit gets plus 2,000 power for each card name. Okay, I'm guessing this is the G3 because it gets 2,000 power, but we're not going to be using that card at all. Twinkle Knife Angel. Counterblast 2. No, we're not going to use that. It's just a 4,000. All right, Cleanup Celestial Ramiel Reverse. Let's go over this bad girl. Choose 2 of your Rearguards with Celestial in their card name and lock them. Choose up to 3 units in your front row with Celestial in their card name, and they get 5,000 power until the end of the turn. And if you have a face-up card named Cleanup Celestial Ramiel Reverse in your damage zone, so you need a freaking copy of this in your damage zone, which isn't that hard, choose one card from your opponent's damage zone and put it into his or her drop zone. And your opponent chooses one of his or her rear guards and put it into his or her damage zone. So pretty much it's a free retire. And this actually gets by Dreamy, because we're not retiring Dreamy. We're putting it into the damage zone. That means it has to get retired or destroyed. It's not being retired. We're putting it in the damage zone. So this get bypasses Dream, but what makes this a good effect is depends how you set up your field, because you are locking 2 of your Celestial units. How this works is you're probably going to have run that 12k, have a booster on the side with the other Celestial, and that column will be like a 10 plus K column in that. You'll already have Break Ride by then. You should be able to swing for 3 attacks. So there's that. So that's interesting that now Angel Feathers kind of get their own personal retire unit when Reverse Ramiel comes out, which is good. That's good enough. Sashi doesn't get a crit, but we'll see what happens in Zero's change or not. So here's the G3 we're talking about. During your turn, if there's a same copy of this guy, he becomes a 12k beat stick. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, really doesn't matter. Dressing Barrage Sathriel. Choose a card from your hand, discard it. When this unit attacks, if you have an Angel Feather, you may pay the cost. If you do, draw a card. So the Angel Feather's legit filter is Dressing Barrage Sathriel that no one's going to touch. So we are done talking about Angel Feathers. It looks like Daniela could make a return due to that damage zone effect. because that gives you a free G2, lets you micromanage your hand, and you have a free intercept for that turn. But I don't see too much use with it due to us using Naciels and Core Memory Almeros to draw our cards, so our hand stays positive. Anyways, on to our next talk, the Aquaforce. We get a new forerunner when it comes to the Aquaforce. So we put this unit into your soul. If you have an Aquaforce unit Vanguard, choose one of your Aquaforce units, and to the end of the turn, this unit gets, when this unit attacks the Vanguard, if it's the 4th battle of that turn, draw a card. It's Draco Kid. Okay, whatever. Let's just remake a card. Put this card into your soul. Battle Siren Malika. Put this unit into your soul. Choose one of your Aquaforce units. Gains 3,000. Wheel Assault. Okay. Counterblast 1. At the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If you have an Aquaforce Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose 2 of your Aquaforce rear cards and exchange their positions. Okay, so Wheel Assault tries to give you a multi-attack without the... I mean, this is just for people who haven't pulled Basil or Diamantes. They are trying to give you units that can actually do stuff. The standard card of the cards do not change, which means if you accidentally boost it with that unit, it's still going to remain the same. Nothing's changed. But the whole point about this, at the end about this unit was boosted, you can exchange during that time. If it comes down to it, I'm pretty sure there's some awkward play with Tidal Assaults we're about to look into with Wheel Assault. Shallow Sleeper. Choose a card from your hand and discard it. When this unit boosts an Aquaforce, if you have an Aquaforce Vanguard, and as the 4th battle of a turn, you may pay the cost. What kind of filter is that? It's a 7k filter. I get it, but oh my god, that ain't worth it. I'll just run the 6k. We don't need all this extra stuff. Yikes. Heavy Rush Dragon. When this unit attacks, if you have an Aquaforce Vanguard, and if it's the 2nd battle of that turn, this unit gets plus 3,000 power. Not the, up and down. Alright, Tidal Assault. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked the Vanguard. If you have an Aquaforce Vanguard, stand this unit, but minus 5,000 power, so it becomes a 4,000 unit. The only way this sees any type of... It reminds us of Benedict, obviously. There's more of like a spiral build somehow into this. But I'm pretty sure you have to boost these units so they can profit off a booster or something, or that you hit a trigger, and then they just attack again to do stuff, which I can understand. But that's that for Tidal Assault. Deuterium Gun Dragon. When this unit attacks, if you have an Aquaforce Vanguard, and it's the 2nd battle, it becomes an 11k beat stick. Tidal Rescue Sea Turtle Soldier. When this unit is placed on the Vanguard or Rearguard circle, reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is a grade 1 or grade 2 Aquaforce, call it to the Rearguard, and if not, shelve your deck. Oh, Aquaforce gets their own Devil Summoner. That's interesting. Their own type of Devil Summoner. I mean, not gonna lie, that does help with unit control. That's number 1. You do give yourself a unit. But I guess it depends what you could possibly call, which would be nice. I'm glad by set 14, we finally get Aquaforce finally gets their own Devil Summoner. That's good. So, Boo-Away Dragon, Tetra Drive Dragon. Obviously, this effect has to get reworked. This is the big bad boy that makes Transcore Break Ride more valuable because your opponent has to discard legit 2 cards, in a sense. But let's go over it. At the end of the battle, this unit attack the Vanguard. If it's the 2nd battle of that turn, until the end of the turn, obviously they have to change if it's the 2nd battle, because due to the fact that we can barely attack the Vanguard due to the intercept game, they're possibly going to have to change this around so it actually works in Zero's format. But when they do change it around in Zero's format, this is what its effect's going to do. It's going to counterblast 2. You choose 2 Aquaforce from your hand and discard them. Then you draw 2 cards like anything else. And at the end of the battle, that the Rearguard attack the Vanguard. If it's the 4th battle of that turn, you may pay the cost if you do stand this unit. So it restands on the 4th attack. So it's like, okay, so he attacks. But he has to attack the Vanguard. I'm pretty sure they might change it to not attack Vanguard after. If this card attacks 2nd, then you go from there. And then that's how you get to the 4th battle where this unit stands. So I guess even Break Ride in this is going to be situational because Transcore, you need to attack the Vanguard in order for the effect to even go off for them to pitch a card. But yeah, they're going to have to work some rearranging with this because that's the best way you can kind of work with Tetra Drive Dragon in the new Zero format. There is a lot of stuff you need to do. Being that it has to be the 4th battle for this to stand is a biatch. That's number 1. The other thing is, like everything else is like ridiculous. To really even make this unit even function, it has to be able to attack the Vanguard first anyway, so you can get the Break Ride effect off. So, I don't know how that's going to go about it. I mean, maybe they add some extra stuff to it. Maybe it's not the 2nd battle, hopefully. Maybe it's just to attack the 2nd battle. But either way, either or, he still needs to attack the Vanguard twice to make Tetra Drive even worth it. If not, then we just stick to Maelstrom and just pitch 2 cards anyways. This card's only as good as is when he restands. But that's going to be the issue with Tetra Drive when they actually update this effect. It has to be able to compensate Zero's format due to how weird it is with the Intercept game and getting the second battle that turn on the Vanguard, because it has to attack the Vanguard, which it won't because of the 2 intercepts. So it's going to be one of those situational units that Game Studio is going to have to fix by the end of the week if they do hypothetically bring us Tetra Drive. Cobalt Wave Dragon. When your Rearguard attacks a Vanguard, if this is the 3rd battle of that turn, this unit gets plus 2,000 and a critical. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if it's the 4th battle, it gets pretty much 7,000. But it's a 10k beat stick with like no possible whims to him. But he's a double rare apparently. When your Rearguard attacks a Vanguard, if it's the 3rd battle, this unit then becomes a plus 2,000 with a critical. So I mean, it goes critical easy. It's a free critical unit, but yeah, I don't know. Still situational. Kenai Sky Trooper. When this unit dry checks reveals a grade 3, choose one of your rear guards and stand it. Oh, that's nice. So an Asura Kaiser unit for Aquaforce. So we're done talking about Aquaforce. Obviously, Tetra Drive needs to get that big fix because second attack on the Vanguard is most likely not going to happen if your opponent's intercept game is freaking bonkers. With the 2 intercepts, so on and so forth. Yeah, this is going to be terrible. Tetra Drive, I'm looking forward to with a nice update like they did Reverse I'm on. So hopefully Tetra Drive gets some nice treatment so Aquaforce legit starts wrecking even more on the ladder in the future. All right. We're on Dimensional Robos now. Dimensional Robo Dyed Magnum is another Forerunner we'll be seeing soon. We put this card into the soul, choose a Dimensional Robo, and that, well, Dimensional Police Vanguard, and that unit gets plus 4,000 power. So it's pretty much a free crit with Diusha, so on and so forth. But let's continue on. Hypnotism Monster Necroli. Put this unit to your soul. During the battle, this unit boosted a LB4 unit. Draw a card. So the typical G0s we see. The new PG, you get hit to 5th damage. This will activate when you're about to hit to 6. Dimensional Robo Go Kanon. You put this card into your soul and choose another one of your rear guards with Dimensional Robo in its card name and put it into your soul. Choose your Vanguard with Diusha in its card name, and that unit gets plus 1 critical. This is obviously going to be meant for freaking reverse Diusha, so he hits, because in Vanguard 0, apparently, reverse Diusha's effect became minus 10k. If it hits 0, it's gone. So we'll see if that sticks or they actually update the effect further. We'll have to wait and see. But right now, Go Cannon is another reason you will get more crits with your Diushas. But it is a very sacky card because you have to kill 2 units. That's going to be a real hassle. But you can make it work. Heat Ray Monster Gigabolts. When this unit attacks, if the opponent's power is 8,000 or less, this unit gets plus 3,000 power until the end of battle. So it's a 10k booster. I think some of these monsters could be micromanageable in Zero's format. When this unit boosts a Dimensional Police, that is a limit break 4. You may pay the cost, and then it's a 9,000 booster. So Diehard. At the beginning of your attack step, if this unit's power is 13 or greater, till the end of that battle, this unit gets choose 2 grade 3s, dimensional rolls, and 2 dimensional grade 3s in the card name from your hand. Put them into your soul. When this unit attack hits the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 grade 3 and ride it. And then write it as rest and then shuffle your deck. Now, the only thing I see happening with this, especially in Zero's format, when we drive check in the real game, we're actually getting cards. When we drive check in freaking Zero's format, we're not really getting crap. So, believe it or not, Japan has made a card like this, but they showed it you not plussing. Obviously, that wasn't the official, but we should have the official by the end of the week, hopefully, to know that this will be coming as well, just with an updated effect. Because sacking 2 G3s from your hand is going to be a real hassle. Yes, this helps you soul charge Diusha faster for your cross-riding. I get that. But there's still a lot more you got to do with this effect, period. As in, yes, you get your break ride, which will be possibly Dai Kaiser will hopefully be coming. Fingers crossed. And then you have your break ride set, and then you just gotta have break ride your reverse Diusha or ultimate Diusha. Either or will do just fine. Just Die has to give you some sort of plus, like even drawing 1 card wouldn't hurt, you know, because you're sacking 2 G3s from your hand, so you need something to draw. So that hopefully they compensate that in the new Zero format. Dimensional Robo Die Driller Counterblast 1. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose another one of your units with Dimensional Robo, 4,000 power. So pretty much this is like the Cosmo Beak, but its name is actual Dimensional Robo, so go Yusha targeting. and Dayusha actually does stuff. All right, Fusion Monster Burgundy. Boogreed. Burgundy. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a Dimensional Police Vanguard and the opponent's power is 8,000 or less, until the end of this turn, this unit gets auto Rearguard effect. When this unit attack hits, draw a card. This is very doable. 8,000 or less is very doable due to Zeal. Obviously, these cards are made mostly for Zeal's top decking and all that and plussing. Fusion Monster Burgundy is very easy to actually get a good top deck. You can legit draw a card now, easy. This is like draw power for Zeal. This is draw power in a lot of ways. So I like that we're getting more draw power support for even like Zeal decks. So that's good. Shock Monster Vipple. Sounds like nipple. When this attacks, if you have Dimensional Vanguard or Rearguard with LB4, this unit gets plus 3,000 power. So it's an 11k beat stick on your turn. So reverse Dayusha. So what he does is you counterblast one, choose 2 of your Dimensional Rotos in the card name, and lock them. Choose one of your opponent's Vanguard, and it gets minus 10,000 power. Now, what they did do, from what my friends have showed me, is reverse Dayusha effect is going to be a bit different. I think it's either locking 1 or you lock 2 and you decrease a Rearguards effect by 10,000 power. And if it goes down to 0, it's retired. So this gives Dimensional Police another way to retire your opponent's intercept game, so you can swing at the Vanguard, so there's less to worry about. Every deck needs a retire effect. Retire effects are so good in Zero's format, that's what makes them good decks sometimes. But with reverse Dayusha actually going to get this update, because minusing 10k to a Vanguard ain't going to do anything, the fact that they will possibly change it, because they're thinking about it, to affecting the Rearguards that go down to 0, they're dead, will give you more of an attack range. So this is good to look forward to as well. And he also has a cross-ride with Dayusha. That's the whole point of Die Heart. We'll wait and see how that goes. I mean, you can definitely get even early like cross-ride numbers. Big defense already, but, you know, we'll wait and see. Die Hard definitely needs a big, big upgrade. Original Saver 0. When a Dimensional Police rise this unit, give it 10,000 power and choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and it gets minus 5,000 power. Why is it minus 5,000 power from the Vanguard? It should really just minus 5,000 power from Rearguards. It'd be nice if they change it to give 2 Rearguards minus 5,000. Hopefully Zero Saver even gets this type of update, because then it gives you more of an incentive to run a Zeal Break Ride deck. Like, no joke, you can definitely run a Zeal Break Ride deck. Then you don't need to really run the Gun Rocks, because you're going to be sacking their intercepts with Zero Saver by the end of that turn. So on and so forth. But here's hoping they update 2 of those Break Rides, because I know Kaiser is something they have to really, they got to blow it up in your face with something awesome. For sure, like saying PGs don't work or something. We'll see. Doubt it, but I mean, every other card said G1s, but Kaiser officially stated PGs. Specifically PGs. That's why I'm saying Kaiser might have something to deal with that. We'll wait and see if Dimensional Police become tier 0 by the end of the week. Space Leviathan Dagu Madra. Just one of those 5,000 units if it's the Vanguard, and 2k went to side piece. Alright, also there were a couple of Link Joker cards that were supposed to be coming out in set 14, but due to Japan mixing it up so much, they really screwed up with people's head. They nerfed Criff for a reason, because Chaos Breaker Dragon is coming soon. It has to be. Why else nerf Criff so fast? Because they're prepping for the big mistake of their entire lives. So let's go over it. Prism Gate Starvader Paladron. Counterblast 1, put this unit into your soul. During your opponent's end phase, when the opponent's lock card is unlocked, if you have a Link Joker Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, lock that unit again. Oh. Yeah, okay. Alright. You know what I mean? Just lock it again. Doesn't... Okay. Yeah, must put this unit into your soul during your opponent's end phase. When I guess it strains from you using your effect more? I'm assuming. Assuming you don't have to use your effect as much. I think they're trying to make you save CB. I don't know, but technically this is a CB. I don't see how that will help you. Zero's format. Okay. When this unit boosts Starvader, Chaos Breaker, Dragon, if your opponent has a lock card, this unit gets plus 5,000 power until the end of battle. So it's an 11k to Starvader. Wow. Kind of stupid, but okay. Starvader, Colony Maker. When this unit is placed on the Rearguard circle, if you have a Link Joker Vanguard and your opponent has a lock card, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to 1 grade 1 or less card with Starvader's card name and call it and shuffle your deck. I kind of like this. Now, don't get me wrong. This is booster support. And what's the most important thing about Vanguard Zero? Getting your boosters. Boosters are hard to get. You never get a booster. The fact that now Link Joker is going to get a card that gets them boosters is going to make them a little bit more painful to play against because now they'll have their boosters while they're locking you, and now they can actually get some really strong hits in. Nebula Dragon giving everyone 3,000 power per lock card. Oh my god. So Starvader Colony Maker, expect hopefully by the end of the week. So here he is, Big Boss Man, Mr. Everyone's Scaredy Cat, Mr. Starvader Dragon, Chaos Breaker. Mr. Chaos. Counterblast 1, choose a card with Starvader in his card name from your hand and discard it. Choose one of your opponent's Rearguards and lock it. That is not a Limit Break 4 effect. The Limit Break 4 effect is Soul Blast 1 with Starvader in his card name. During your opponent's end phase, when an opponent's lock card is unlocked, you may pay the cost. If you do, retire that unit and draw a card. This effect is very, very limited in Zero's format. You can't self-damage for that Limit Break 4 effect. The only issue is your opponent has to decide if he wants to push you that 4th damage where you'll plus by then. You're giving them the option. In a sense, this card won't be as stupid as you think. The whole point is, yes, it will retire. The other problem is it can lock any rear guard, but like Game Studio said, we're going to nerf the lock system so it doesn't affect front row too much. We'll see about what this effect does, because technically this effect kind of could just, stop your front row. It could, because you are paying a hefty cost more than the other units besides the CB1. You're not only CB1, but you're also discarding a card. You're mostly minusing for this type of play, and they push you to 4, you draw a card. And your soul will be just fine. Trust me. There's no way your soul's not going to be at where it needs to be to do this effect. As you saw, the G1 goes into your soul. You will have Starbaders to Soul Blast. So that's why I don't think this guy's going to be too much of a situation. Due to the fact it's your opponent's decision to push you to 4. And if they push you to 4, then they draw a card. It's almost like getting a draw trigger at 4th damage. You're going to draw a card either way. The only problem is your opponent is legit sacking one of their units. So that can be beneficial for you and sucks to be them. That's why Chaos Breaker Dragon's always been an interesting unit. He doesn't really get his profit unless they actually choose a Starvader from your hand and then discard it. Unless they this is a micromanageable effect. Let me start by saying that it's very micromanageable due to the fact, again, dry checking is nerfed. The only way you actually get a profit if you're hitting draw triggers, obviously. And if you don't hit those draw triggers, you're checking just locking something by wasting a card you would have attacked with something, so on and so forth. So it depends if you want to stall or you want to go aggressive. That's going to be on you, depending how you go about Chaos Breaker Dragon's effect. I don't see him being too stupid in Zero's format. That's why I said it's a very situational card. Be as it may retire a unit. Yes, it can lock a front row, but unless this effect turns into discard a card, draw a card, he'll feel balanced because we don't drive check. We don't draw cards during drive checks. This can balance him out. We have to wait and see. Obviously, if they're playing drop turbo, well, this sucks to be you. But like I said, this could balance him out. That's why I'm glad we're doing this video. Give you guys a little ease of mind. Super Giant Lady Gunner. When this unit boosts by a Link Joker, 2,000 power. Okay. 2,000. Everyone else gets 3. What's her deal? Alright, so that concludes the Link Joker. I'm pretty sure Chaos Breaker Dragon will be dropping by set 14 to compensate Chris' big-ass nerf. Because they want Link Joker to still prosper in the meta and all that good stuff. So we'll see if Chaos Breaker Dragon actually maintains that effect. Or it gets updated to the extent of you're actually going to be able to draw a card after pitching a card. So Chaos Breaker Dragon would be such a filter, it would be stupid. It would be busted if you could do a filter, draw a card, and lock a unit. That's... no. No, he's going to be balanced. The fact that drive checking is nerfed in Zero's format, he will be balanced. I'm letting you know that now. Take it from me. Now, with that being said, set 14 came with another set. It came with more Sanctuary cards, which relate to Sanctuary Dragon. And it also refers to more Jewel Knights. A couple more Jewel Knights for you guys to look forward to. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's dive on in. Sanctuary of Light, Planet Lancer. He is a new forearm. When this card is written by the G1, so he's a ride chain, but ride chain is going to be fixed by set 11, so this could possibly work. When it's ride chained by the G1, get the G2 or G3, reveal it. If not, call it to the back. Simple ride chaining. Sanctuary Light, Little Storm. So this is the G1. When a grade 2 Royal Paladin not named, okay, card name, Sanctuary Light, the top 7 cards. So again, it's one of those cards that doesn't miss a ride chain. You look at the next top 2 cards to get it. So it's like any other like ride chain you're used to. Security Jewel Knight Alwayn. What do? Choose one grade 3 Ashley and its card name from your drop zone and put it at the bottom of your deck. If you have a Royal Paladin Vanguard, choose one of your grade 3 units with Ashley in its card name, and that unit gets plus 5,000 power. What I see in this unit is trigger recycling. This card actually, in the real game, it doesn't profit. In Zero's format, it profits because we're legit returning a trigger back into the deck. Hypothetically speaking, you could play a type of Ashley that's a heal, and then return that heal back into the deck and give whatever Ashley, reverse Ashley, which we're going to go over, 5,000 power, and your heal check went back in the deck. Find a way to reshuffle with Gancelot. Something like that. Who knows if we're running Gancelot? Possibly not. We'll see. But this unit actually has some profit to her. We're not going to go over this. This is a Quintet Wall Jewel Knight, so nope. Next. Banding Jewel Knight Miranda. When this unit attacks, if your Vanguard is Ashley, this becomes an 11k beat stick. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, if you have a Vanguard with Ashley in its card name, choose one of your Royal Paladins and it gets plus 3,000 power. So a Dilated that's Ashley dependent. Yeah, I do not see this being used. The fact that this is a double rare is blasphemy. There's not a lot of people named Ashley besides Ashley. Sanctuary Light Determinator. If your card name, okay, this is the G2. When this card name is right by the Sanctuary of Light Little Storm, if you have a card named Sanctuary of Light Planet Lancer in your soul, show your deck to one card and call it to a rearguard circle and shuffle your deck. So when this unit rides a card named Sanctuary of Light, so it rides on top of the when it rides and okay, let me rephrase this. If this card rides and the G1 is in the soul, you can call any Sanctuary of Light card from the deck. So that's good. Again, I like cards that can call from the deck. We need boosters, we get boosters. You need an intercept, you go get an intercept. There's a lot of positives with some of these cards that are going to be coming up. Hopefully, predictions come true. We'll see what happens. But that's good to see that even Sanctuary Guard actually starts to pull his weight. Alright, Broken Heart Jewel Knight Ashley. She's so broken. Like, literally. In Zero's format, she's going to be stupid. Counterblast 1, choose one of your rear guards with Jewel Knight its name and lock it. Choose up to one rear guard in your opponent's front row and retire it. Search your deck up to one card with Jewel Knight in its card name and call it, and then shuffle your deck. So this is how you shuffle your deck. Shuffle your deck, boys. This is what we just discussed about returning our Ashleys to our decks. They go to the bottom. Now I'm just going to lock a unit, retire, call a G2, and be done with that. You'll always have 4 units. Even that lock unit unlocks for Tracy. Tracy only needs 4, her and whatever's on the other side. So you still get your Tracy 12k, and this unit gets to retire. It's like a Blaster Blade for free, and you can self-damage yourself to retire a unit. A lot of stuff there. A lot of aggressive plays that come with Ashley Reverse. Like, this is when Jewel Knights hit even more of their peak. Like, we're done with Salome, we're going Reverse Ashley. We can retire, we can do stuff. We can keep swinging. Like, this is when Royals hit their retire mark. The only thing that sucks about this, she doesn't get a critical. But it doesn't matter when it's end game. You just add crits or something, since you'll be able to do a lot of calling anyways with Reverse Ashley. You can run 4 crits, 5 draws, maintain your hand, still call cards. Yikes. Reverse Ashley seems amazing. Not gonna lie. This is ridiculous. For Zero's Rise, she will be ridiculous. Freaking CB1 to retire one. Locking one unit don't mean anything. You can lock her back, or you can lock someone else's back, but the fact that she is like this is menacing enough. And as long as Ashley's in the soul, this card gets plus 2,000 power, becoming a 13k cross ride. Whoop-de-frickin-do for final turn. Knight of Forever, Hector. When this unit drive check reveals a Royal Paladin, this unit gets plus 2,000 power. What was this, Flare Whip Dragon for Royals? I mean, it does look cool. It looks like a Power Ranger, but still. What the hell? Mystical Hermits. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, choose one of your Royal Paladins, and that unit gets... This is like running Enigma Shine. Like, why am I having like some really bad flashbacks of terrible units? Anyways. Sanctuary of Light Planetal Dragon. This is the G3 of that ride chain. So what this card does is, when this unit attacks a Vanguard, all of your units with Sanctuary Light get plus 3,000 power. So obviously a pure Sanctuary of Light build is going to be pretty good for him because he's going to try to power creep your units. So what this card does, well, you can't really power creep the unit because A, it has to, when this unit attacks the Vanguard, we're not always attacking the Vanguard. I guess if you're running restands, you make it worth your while. But he also has an auto effect. Counterblast 2, when this unit is placed on the Vanguard circle, you may pay the cost. If you do, search your deck for up to one card with Sanctuary Light and call it. It's not the best. It's not great either. You're still paying 2 to call a unit that's Sanctuary of Light, which is obviously intercepts or a booster that you're missing. But, I mean, the deck tries to keep up with his play-by-plays when it can, from the looks of it. Tries not to miss a beat. Break Riding Ashley? Yeah, why not? I mean, Ashley so far is the only break ride we have seen so far in Royals. So, yeah, possibly be break riding Ashley for the reason of Sanctuary Light Planetal Dragon. And I have a problem with, like, Sanctuary Guard Dragon not being able to even use any of his freaking friends effects. Like, really? I guess you can do Pendragon. It'd be the same Pendragon. You call this, but there'd be, like, no point. You're doing Sanctuary Guard Dragon anyways. So that concludes with the Royal stuff as well. I included Royals in the video for a lot of reasons. Not only that, they are included in set 14. Angel Feathers were in set 13, but got pushed out due to Novella Vague and all that other stuff. So we might be seeing them sooner than you think. Hopefully by the end of the week, we will have full confirmation. But yeah, like I said, Chaos Breaker Dragon, he's up in the air. We don't know what's going to happen. He's not as busted as you guys think. He will be busted depending on how you go about your plays. But just remember, drive checking is nerfed in freaking Zero. The only way a drive check works if you run a bunch of draw triggers, which a lot of players freaking do. So I guess drive checking isn't nerfed after all. Yeah, okay. But Starvader Colony Maker getting you a booster is a big factor in Zero's format, so that helps too. Yeah, pretty much getting a booster in general is good enough. I mean, anything that can call you a booster, you're like set for the rest of the match. Boosters are very important when it comes to games. Prison Gate Vader, Prison Gate Starvader is going to be in the soul regardless for Chaos Breaker to do his effect in general. So we'll be seeing that nonetheless. Dimensional Police, obviously, Original Saber has to get an updated effect. Targets 2 rears, minus 5,000. And then when you break Ride Zeal, you kill everything. Reverse Ayusha, like I said, we kind of got a glimpse at his effect in Zero somehow in Japan. Said minus 10,000 on a rear guard and then retire it. So that's good. Fusion Monster Boogreed is really good for the Zeal decks now. Definitely that'll be run in Zeal. This would definitely be run in Dayusha decks in general. Dimensional Driller, still a unit. Dimensional Robo Diehards, of course. Again, they have to update this guy's effect because it's a big yike moment. So they have to try to fix that. Gigamo Go Cannon might be used pretty much to get the crit for the final turn hit. So on and so forth. Since we're playing draw triggers, we'll be putting a unit in the soul anyways. But yeah, you get where I'm going with that. Tetra Drive, we have to wait and see what the hell they're going to fix on that. Because that second attack on the Vanguard is definitely not happening anytime soon. So we got to see how that freaking plays out in the end. Sadly, we do. It's good to see that we get Devil Summoner. That's always nice. Those are always pleasant units. Tidal Assault. Yeah, Tidal Assault's not too bad. I'm guessing he's more like that trig thing. Like, you give him a trigger. Guessing you would give him like a crit trigger, then he attacks the Vanguard, and then he just restands and attacks again. Yeah, I assume that's how it worked in the actual TCG. You hit like a dry check, it's a critical trigger, give everything to Tidal Assault. Tidal Assault attacks, Tidal Assault restands, Tidal Assault swings again. I'm assuming it's something like that. Don't get me wrong. I'm just assuming that. Don't hate me if I had never played some of the Vanguard cards, okay? I'm just saying it could be. But this Draco kid's kind of awkward. It's the same Draco kid. There's like, I mean, just adding this would just be flashier, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't even really do anything. Doesn't even give like the unit 1,000 power. Well, I guess it actually... never mind. I see the difference. You don't have to hit. I understand. Yeah, it says you don't... When this unit attacks a Vanguard, and if it's the 4th battle, you draw the card. Never mind. This has a good quality to it. My bad. Need to brush up on my reading. So there is a big difference with that. Okay, that actually is more useful than you're giving it credit for. Cleanup Celestial Ramiel Reverse will be good, especially when you break ride normal Ramiel. So you have a 13k shield now, and not only that, you have a unit that can sack intercepts. So you can definitely push for game. Reverse Ramiel is actually what every deck needs. I mean, every deck with a retire effect or something that gets rid of something on the field is always freaking good. That's why everyone uses ERADs, everyone uses Royals, everyone uses Golds, everyone uses Liberators. But that's the whole point. Ramiel Reverse will bring Angel Feathers bring more Angel Feather players to the game due to that effect just really sacking, and you 5,000 a couple units and you're good to go. Again, this can go to some 12k units. Those Celestials, the vanilla 12ks can be useful again, so on and so forth. Anything else? Mercenary Celestial Danielle's not so bad. You'll always give yourself an intercept by that time. Every time she goes into the damage zone, you'll always have something to play defense with, especially if you Naciel it, so on and so forth. If we're doing Naciel, we might make a full Celestial build, because now Celestials compensate themselves with their own freaking... Celestials actually compensate themselves with their own Nursing Celestial Nariel. Nariel does the same thing as Naciel, just for Celestial units only. Very exclusive. But you can grab anything. It's just very exclusive. And the G0 is definitely something to think about. I mean, yeah, you put a heal back, but in reality, we're always going to be playing with 5 heals. I don't think we've ever changed our Angel Feather Forerunners in a long, long time. We've always played 5 heals. I don't think that's ever going to change. Ever. Really. It's never going to change. So that concludes our review, guys, on set 14 prediction. Thanks for watching. I'm glad I can bring you this video, a little bit of an update, maybe start getting your materials prepped just in case. I mean, this set won't be out till at least April, so just get your stuff together, because this is set 14, and set 14 is a while, so you have plenty of time. And if Dimensional Police don't come this Friday, I'm just going to be sad. Another sad YouTuber. Damn you, Link Joker, and your Chaos Breaker Dragon bullcrap. But Ashley's... Oh my god, Ashley's so stupid, man. So stupid, that reverse Ashley, man. Oh my god. Look at that beautiful artwork and that beautiful effect. It's nasty. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Be good. Stay safe. I'll see y'all another time for news and updates.